Can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat.
Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. Delighted as always to be joined by Thomas Cathy. If you watch this video and enjoy this video, please do subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Please give us a like and comment on your final prediction for this fight. Thomas, Abdullah Mason, one of the biggest prospects in world boxing, is back in action on the undercard of Keyshawn Davis against Edwin De Los Santos in Norfolk, Virginia this weekend. Really looking forward to it. He is up against Jeremia Nakathila. And yeah, this guy, like 21 years old still, but he's had 18 fights, so he's fairly experienced in the pro game now, but obviously still very young. We'll go right into it as always, Thomas. What's your final prediction for this fight, please?
Yeah, I see Abdullah Mason uh, getting this done by say round 8 or 9 stoppage. I do think that excuse my pronunciation, Nakathila. Sorry,
All good, all
but
good.
I do think that perhaps he will give uh, Abdullah Mason a pretty good competitive fight, at least in the first half. I think Mason is taking quite a big step up here. Um, Nakathila has uh, quite a bit of experience. Like he went the distance with Shakur, and he's not a he's not a bad fighter himself. Is a highly ranked contender. So big step up for Mason. I think perhaps Nakathila will have some success early, but I think Mason will, if he is what we think he is, I think he'll get him out of there sometime around round 8 or 9.
Yeah, for sure. I think this is a step up, but I think it's a typical situation where you're trying to build someone who's a big prospect and you're going up against fighters who are past their best. And I think that's what's happening here. You kind of see it time and time up in boxing. But for a 21-year-old, this guy is extremely talented. And I think to say he's kind of the biggest prospect in world boxing isn't too much of an exaggeration. I'm pretty high on this guy, Thomas. I'm gonna go quicker than you. I'm gonna go around 5 or 6 for Mason to get the stoppage here. 16 stoppages and 18 wins, so he can clearly punch. But we'll see what happens. It's a different type of challenge here because I think as you said, he's going up a level. He's going against Nakathila, who's fought world level guys as well. So we'll see what happens. I want to just only other thing I want to ask you really, Thomas, is am I going over the top about this guy? Like I just think this it feels like to me with America, you've got guys who are kind of in the peak of their careers now when it comes to age. Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis, of course, Keyshawn Davis, another one who's world champion. But in terms of like, is this guy going to be America's next big boxing star? Is this guy going to be the head of the kind of maybe the face of the sport in 4 or 5 years' time? Are those statements too a bit crazy to you, or do they sound spot on?
No, I don't think they're crazy at all. I think that the way Mason has been looking, he's on track to be considered, if not the best prospect in the US, among them for sure. Um, but I definitely think we're going to find out a lot. Like his fight against Nakathila is going to be a huge test for him, and we're going to get to see how whether or not he really is that guy. Beating a top contender like him will um, add a notch to his resume. So we'll see how he does in that one. But if if he looks how he has so far against Nakathila, then I definitely think that yeah, he's probably the best prospect in the world, or at least number two.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's going to be very interesting how quickly he is moved. I think that's the thing about him. Do you hold him back and keep him at a certain level for the next couple of years, or do you just let him off the leash if there is kind of a big fight available? Normally, you see people be held back a little bit, but we'll see what happens here. This guy looks very special to me. But yeah, a step up in class for Abdullah Mason this weekend, and we will see what happens. Thomas, Good to be joined by you as always. Always appreciate your opinions and your predictions as well. I'll speak to you very, very soon. Thank you for your time.
Likewise, Elliot. Thank you.